Hi chica, so I've got two of your three hoops. I've got all three hoops programmed the same. Open them up in the saved orientation, which is the switch to your right here. And the first hoop they go into will be this one. All 9 hoops are in the Brazilian colors, and the purpose of this video is for you to just look at each hoop and decide which ones you want. You may only want 3 of them, and then I can put those 3 in the first quiver of the save pack or tee them up for you better. So, but for the purposes of the video, I'll only use 1 hoop. So, turn that one off, and this is the first hoop that I made. So waving it up and down looks like that. Spinning it around one way and the other way. So you'll be able to see now the flip move, right? So you start with the hoop vertical, like this, and going away from you smoothly, and bang. Every time you get back to nearly vertical, you'll change hoops. So to go back to that other hoop, come towards me, bang. Now we're in the first hoop again. To get to the second hoop, just turn, bang, there. So the second hoop is stars, blue, green, yellow stars, yeah. Once again, to do the flip move, you start with a hoop vertical. It could be anywhere, it could be behind you, and then bang, it changes. Could be start to one side, bang, it changes. So it just rotates once, and when the switch comes back to vertical, the display will change. You go to the next hoop. But the important thing is to start with the switch facing you and at the top to make it easier for you to know where you are. So I want to go back one to the second hoop, and bang, there's the second hoop, and the second hoop is stars. So here's the first hoop in the first quiver of the saved quivers. So just so that you can see again, we're going to go through each hoop, and to advance to the next hoop, you do a flip, and bang, when it goes to vertical, we're now in the stars hoop, and we do one more flip, and we'll be in the walking the dog hoop. Maybe good for isolations, and if you actually do walking the dog, it creates an interesting effect. The new way to lock a hoop is with 3 button presses. So here's the switch at the top, but the switch could be anywhere if you want to lock the hoop with button presses. So it doesn't matter, as long as you can find the switch and you press it 3 times. 1, 2, 3. You'll see the whole hoop go blue for a little flash. Okay? So that means that's locked now. So I'll try and do the flip move. Here it is, and I'm going around and around. We're staying in the same hoop. No matter what I do, I can do anything crazy. I can turn the hoop off, and then we turn the hoop on again. We're still in the same hoop. I shook the hoop right after I turned it on. That's why you saw that little red signal. That's the beginning of the reset move. So I stopped shaking the hoop and the red stopped. So now I'm going to flip, and no matter how many times I flip backwards or forwards, I'm still locked in that hoop. So if you lock the hoop, then you can turn the hoop off, come back to the save quiver, that hoop will be locked. So you could set that up beforehand. Then you come on stage with a hoop, like, doesn't matter which one, this one let's say, and then you guys want to change to the next hoop synchronized. You could either do it with the flip move, like we've been saying, or you could hit the button 3 times, and what's going to happen if you hit the button again the 3 times, when the hoop is locked, you're going to jump to the next display. So we're going to go to the stars. So here I am, and you can be, counting 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever, and then you hit the button 3 times, 1, 2, 3, and now immediately you're in the stars hoop. So that's another way of going from one hoop to another. But first you'd have to lock that hoop. So if you don't want to come out of the stars, if you're going to spend a lot of time in the stars, all of you, so lock it, 1, 2, 3, blue, locked. And then if I want to at any point advance to the next hoop without unlocking this one, I just hit the button 3 more times and I'll be in the walking the dog hoop. So here it is, 1, 2, 3, and I'm in the walking the dog hoop, right? So that's how to use the lock and unlock move to shift to the next hoop. If you're locked, here 1, 2, 3, I'll do 1, 2, 3, that hoop is now locked. If I just want to unlock the hoop and stay in this hoop so that then I can flip later on, I just give 2 pushes. And then it'll flash white after a little second, and now I'm in this hoop, same hoop, but now the flip move will change the hoop back to the first one. See? So, in the save quivers you stay in the first 3 hoops until you do a side flip. Now the side flip, here's the button on the side. It's this exactly same move as the front flip, but you just start with the button over here. All right? So we do a side flip once. Now the difference between the side flip and the front flip is that you start the side flip with the switch to your left side. Also, it changes not on the vertical, like the front flip changed from one hoop to another on the vertical. The side flip changes on the horizontal. So if I go all the way around up to here, bang, I'm now in the second quiver. And you can see this is a hoop that looks kind of white, and as you move it, you're going to get the Brazilian colors, sort of like lots of hoops appearing and stuff like that. And then it looks white at rest. If you keep it isolations, whatever, it looks pretty much the same, pretty much white. I mean, there's a little, you can see little flickering blue and green, but not much. And then immediately you move it, you'll see all the colors. So that's the first hoop in the second quiver. Now we're in the second quiver, we can use front flips to go to the next 2 hoops, because in the second quiver there's 3 hoops, in the third quiver there's 3 hoops, first quiver there's 3 hoops. So 9 hoops in all, 3 quivers, and you stay in each quiver if you don't do the side flip. So I'm in the second quiver, I'm going to do a front flip, over we go, bang. Now we're in the next hoop, and this hoop is kind of a wavy, wavy lines with the Brazilian colors. It makes things that look sort of like the map of the earth, if you like. So that's this hoop. That's all it does, is make those kind of patterns. And then if you're isolating it, it's just twinkling, and then you move it and you see those shapes. All right? So that's the second hoop of the second quiver, and if I want to go to the third hoop, then I just do a front flip. So here we go, bang. There we are in the third hoop, and this hoop makes lines and circles and lines. So both ways it makes circles or lines depending on how fast you go, if you shake it, if you give it like some good movement or whatever. And if I front flip again, I'm in the second quiver, and I'm front flipping here, bang, we're back in the first hoop. The one that looks white and then makes all the colors appear when you move it. So I don't know what you're doing exactly because the video didn't show all your moves, but there's that hoop. So you got 3 hoops in the second quiver. This is the first one. We call it a super strobe because it's strobing so fast it looks white, or kind of like a little greeny, bluey at rest. And the second hoop in the second quiver, bang, is this wavy one that could look sort of like the earth or planets or whatever. And then the third hoop in the second quiver, over we go, bang, it makes the lines and the circles. So those are the 3 hoops in the second quiver. And now if we want to go to the third quiver, we could start horizontal. The hoop is flat to the floor. The switch is to my left. And then we're going to do a complete 360 rotation. So here we go, over and then bang. Now we're in the third quiver. And this is the first hoop of the third quiver. And it's also a lines hoop, but a little different. It's a little interesting to play with in terms of isolations. You could do fast isolations and slow the thing down and then make shapes appear more or less. So stuff like that. That's the second hoop in the third quiver. To go to the third hoop in the third quiver, once again we're going to do a full rotation. Start with the switch at the top facing me. There's the switch up here. Now I just go bang, and now I'm in the third hoop of the third quiver, and this one at rest it looks like it's strobing, flashing blue, yellow, green. Not so interesting, but it's fine. And then when it moves you can make different numbers of hoops appear depending on your speed. So, and this is the Brazilian flag. So, you know, it may be hard to make it appear exactly, or you may find a way of making that happen if you're gonna, you know, jump through hoops and whatever. But basically, there's the Brazilian flag. I can have a yellow hoop saved in one of the hoops, and then I could have a green hoop saved in the other hoop, and then a blue hoop saved in the third hoop. So you tell me which color you want in the chica hoop, and then I'll put the other two colors in the other two hoops. And this hoop could be in the saved quivers. So you might want to start with one hoop that you're going to come on with. Then you might want to have another hoop that you can get to with the button pushes, if you like, and then you could have the third hoop in the quiver, like could be the one solid color if you're only going to use 3 hoops. But if you want to do the horizontal flips and go to another 3 or have all 9, just let me know what order you want them in. Like the first hoop in the first quiver, what it should be, the second hoop in the first quiver, the third hoop in the first quiver. Then if you can use the second quiver by doing like the side flip, and then you've got 3 more hoops, tell me which order those should be in. And then if you want to use the third quiver in the saves, then what 3 those should be. But the front flips and side flips are very exact now, and you can do them synchronized, and you can do them in many different ways. So I think you'll be able to incorporate all that very easily